Welcome back to Steel and Vance. You know, it's awesome for people to be able to afford to own a home. Let's just start there, right? It is a very good thing to be able to afford to own a home. However, many people scrape together their last dimes in order to become homeowners in this affordability crisis, in this housing crisis. And most of the mortgages over the last number of years are about to come to term at a time where mortgage rates are way different.
Well, and it's super frustrating because the Bank of Canada is saying that it has never seen this level of household financial stress. 3/4 of Canadians' mortgages are due between now and 2026. And what they're saying is that 45% of Canadians are already saying they feel worse off right now than a year ago. 10% of them are saying they're already completely at the max. They cannot even take an extra $100 a month. That's going to be a problem when you renew at 3 percentage points more. 30% of Canadians who own a home say they're close to being completely maxed out. So there's going to be a world of pain hitting a lot of people. And apparently if you have a variable mortgage with fixed monthly payments, that's set to go up 60% when you renew.
And think about
0%.
So think about over the last number of years, pre-COVID, before we went through all of that and the upheaval and the inflation and the gas prices and all of those other things, the incredible affordability issues that we've all found. Our housing prices were so expensive and people found a way to just barely be able to afford their mortgage at whatever free money, 1.9%, 1.8% free money. And now,
I mean, I was lucky because I renewed my mortgage about a year and a half ago. So I squeaked in. I had a 1 point something mortgage, which is just crazy. It's like free money almost. And I had to renew at a 3.6%, which was like, but still, they're now saying part of the problem here is that because the Trudeau government spent like drunken sailors for years, partially because they had to with COVID, and partially because they were just on a big spending spree, Jody. So they've added so much to the national debt and the deficit that they're saying that about 2%, the Bank of Canada's rate right now is 5%, about 2% of that is because of all the spending that the Trudeau government has done, which is why people are connecting Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party's re-election hopes with the financial insecurity that is about to come raining down on people with the mortgages. And people are saying, you know what, Justin Trudeau, in fact, I just read an article today in the Globe from the columnist saying, you know what, it is time for him to go, the Prime Minister I'm talking about, and that it is time for key members of his cabinet and other influencers and pollsters to let him know, you got to go, because if you don't go, you are going to destroy the party. And new polls coming out are saying that a lot of people think that the Prime Minister is just basically likes being the Prime Minister and doesn't want to go because it suits his fancy.
There's a great deal to unpack there. I'm going to say that my thought on this as a non-sort of political person, when I listen to the rhetoric or read the rhetoric in the National Post there about it being all about Justin Trudeau's fault and problem, I, as a Canadian, feel like we, as a country, navigated our way through COVID and very well.
Oh, sure.
All things considered, I felt like there was food on the table for most. Some people very much struggled. I think that the spending, some of it, I don't know that any other political party could have handled it differently. That's just kind of how I feel going in. I don't like the air of sort of like, I don't see what the problem is that we're getting from this Prime Minister. I also don't love the air of, I could have fixed all of this that we're getting from the Leader of the Opposition. That's just my,
no,
I'm just chiming in on the bells.
One
sec. But I don't think that change for the sake of change is going to fix what is bothering Canadians. And by every right, Canadians should be upset about the debt and about where we're at as a country, but the political rhetoric doesn't fix a damn thing, and I really worry about what gets cut. Anyway. But I'm just giving my opinion.
No, I know. I'm saying, A, he stayed too long, and that he should step out and let someone else get in there, get their hands on the party, and potentially have a hope of being reelected.
I'm just saying I don't know necessarily that will fix all things. I agree. I have confidence in some of the people behind the scenes. I agree with you that I think as a figurehead, Justin Trudeau could step aside, and any number of others in the party could come in and say, hold on, let's do this differently. Or I have a better idea. It just feels I don't look at the other leaders and think, oh, they'll fix it.
Oh, no, they won't.
I feel
but
very,
sadly,
very
that's what the public thinks, which is
tenuous
why the
there.
conservative vote is going up in the polls on both sides of the border. When people look at Biden, they say, oh, it was so much better under Trump, even though there is proof that it in no way was better under Trump.
That's
and the
wild.
economy is the best it's been for years under Biden. People don't see it that way. They have those sort of romantic ideas.
That's why
and they're just looking for change.
That's why I love our kitchen table.
Yeah.
Where we can actually say, not the headlines.
Anyway.
But what you should talk about.
Yeah.
And do some due diligence about who's doing what.
Okay,
All right.
Coming up next, a Dallas DJ is apologizing for a hurtful troll on the Edmonton Oilers, but this story has a happy ending when we come back.
Talk about your happy endings. How about our viewing party? Wendy and Victoria, you're on the show.
We have Sarah and Emily sending in a photo. Hello, ladies.
Ladies. And Kim, we don't know where you are, but we love you, and thanks for watching.
And Cheryl and Darcy in South Surrey, thank you for sending in the photo.
Hi, guys. It's brought to you by the BCRFA. Earl's gift cards are up for grabs tonight.
The keg.
Oh, sorry, the keg. How did I get that? Oh, I'm going to blame COVID one more week.